A responsive and accountable government has long been one of my top priorities, and this is why I initiated when I first started in this office the MC 311 system and county stats. Today, I am proud to announce that Montgomery County has taken another significant step forward in improving the government's transparency, accessibility, and efficiency. That step includes a new digital roadmap that will guide the county's efforts into the future as we improve county services using technology tools. It also includes a new website that was launched today, offering easy access to new information and opportunities. The new Open Montgomery website includes 4 distinct open government portals: Access Montgomery, Data Montgomery, Engage Montgomery, and Mobile Montgomery. These portals offer easy access to services along with data sets that can be sorted and used in various ways, including being leveraged by businesses in the development of new applications. The Engage Montgomery portal site, for example, is a new social media platform that will serve as an informal town hall and facility participation for many of our residents. The Mobile Montgomery site offers information on all county mobile websites and apps in one convenient location. Chief Information Officer Sonny Siegel will talk more about the website features, and you'll have a chance to see how the various portals actually work. Sonny, I'm grateful to you and your team for your innovation, the efforts that you've made to bring us to this point thus far. But first, I'm going to turn this over to Councilmember Hans Riemer. Hans has been a real advocate for open and transparent government. He initiated the open government legislation that passed this week and is a real champion for the efforts that we're making. I want to thank you personally, Hans, for your efforts. Please come forward.
Well, I'm very excited about today's announcement, and I would like to express my appreciation and my appreciation to the county executive and to recognize his leadership. When I began to research best practices in digital government and innovation, 2 of the initiatives that came up as the most challenging and probably the most important are County Stat and 311. And Montgomery County pioneered those systems years ago, and that built the foundation for effective open government and digital government programs. Our goal here is to help Montgomery County earn the recognition that it deserves as an innovation capital in this country. We are right up there with the big cities that are known for breaking new ground in digital government, working with the private sector, working with residents to get input, share data, provide better services, increase value to residents, improve efficiency, save money. This program that you're seeing today is going to help us achieve all of those goals. And we are able to execute them. I believe we will be able to execute them at a very high level because we have a proud tradition in this county of responsive and progressive government, and we have a unified county government in support of achieving these objectives. The 4 areas that you'll learn about today, I'll just make an observation about each. First, beginning with Data Montgomery. And yesterday, the County Council unanimously passed a piece of legislation called the Open Data Act of 2012. And the Open Data Act will change how Montgomery County collects data and manages that data and then publishes that data. And the purpose of that, you're going to see some amazing implementations of open data today. We don't know in 30 years what kind of innovation will result from an effective use of data by a large organization like a county government. But in my opinion, this is a little bit crude, it's sort of like the electricity grid, although in Montgomery County that could be a dubious analogy. You don't know what kinds of innovations will result because you provide electricity. Well, you don't know what kind of innovations will result because you provide data. But there are great examples already, and I think we are just beginning to discover the potential of having the county function at such a high level and really be in the lead. So the Data Montgomery site is remarkable. It's supported by the law that we passed yesterday that establishes an open data policy for the county and will require an implementation plan that will be a collaborative process with the county council. And I just want to note, the roadmap, the digital roadmap that is being released today, it is a remarkable document. I urge you all to pore through that, and what you'll find there is not only a clear exposition of the vision of digital government, but an actual work plan with timelines for deliverables. It's modeled after the best practices in the sector at the federal government and other state and local governments, and I think it puts the county right there in the lead. Mobile Montgomery, this is where the rubber hits the road with digital government. People want to be able to get access to information about a county service. They want to make a request for a service. Hey, there's a tree down on my block, something that happens here all too often. You know, how do I put in a service request? Well, you don't have to know who to call. You don't have to know the official at the Department of Transportation necessarily. You can go onto your mobile phone, your smartphone, and put in a service request right there, get a ticket number, and then you can follow the progress of that. And if you don't get satisfactory results, you can share that ticket number with your county council member, and we'll make sure the job gets done. So there's all kinds of opportunities that will open themselves with mobile. Real-time bus is an implementation the Department of Transportation has already put into motion. This is really the future. Engage Montgomery is going to be really exciting because we will be able to have residents participating in discussion and debate and get a better understanding of their priorities. Like a lot of council members, I use Facebook for this already. I'm thinking about an issue, I ask a question on my website, and we have a great discussion on, and I learn a lot. You know, I take a temperature, I get insights, I get references. This is going to systematize that kind of 2.0, or maybe it's 3.0 now, I'm not so sure, but it's going to systematize that kind of participation. And I really applaud the executive branch for going out on a limb and implementing something like this. It really is a best practice. And Access Montgomery brings together information resources together in a comprehensive way that are all part of the Open Montgomery movement. So I really am impressed by what the executive has done. You know, Mr. Leggett has been a leader in this arena that is truly remarkable. And I don't want to steal thunder from the roadmap. I'm not sure how much you'll focus on that, but I want to just read a paragraph from the conclusion of the roadmap, because I think it's remarkable to see a government put these kind of words down, but that's what this is about. This strategy aims to be disruptive. It provides a roadmap for the county to fundamentally shift how it connects with and provides services to the people of the county serves. It gives the county workforce the tools needed to carry out their mission of delivering services to all residents and businesses. It creates a space for county residents and businesses to become partners in building a better participatory government. That is a vision statement that I think really encapsulates this area of policymaking, and so I will turn it back to the county executive and ask thank you to continue with
Thank you.
work.
Thank you, Hans, and thank you for all your good work. I'm going to call on the immediately past president of the county council, Roger Berliner, in a moment, but I want to publicly acknowledge Roger's tremendous work over the last year as council president. He came in at a very difficult time and challenging circumstances and conditions, and I think that he more than met the test of leadership. He has been a real champion of this, as well as many other efforts to help improve the overall efficiency of government. So Roger, it was a delight working with you the past year, and I look forward to continuing our relationship as we go forward. Roger Berliner, please come forward.
It is a pleasure to be here. It is a pleasure to be here for this. There are some of us that are old enough that when people talk about the cloud, we get a little confused. You know, people talk about platforms and we go, okay, is this the subway platform? What are we talking about here? So there are many of us who we really don't know what we are talking about. But there's some of us who do. So one of the things I was most pleased about doing while I was council president was asking Hans to serve as the lead for digital government. I think you get a sense as to why that was a good choice, don't you? I mean, it really does. During my presidency, we had a series of briefings called Shaping the Future, Adapting to Change. And part of that was to make sure that our county was positioned in a way that we can embrace the future and be innovative In one of our sessions, we had Google and Twitter, the funder of Twitter, come to us, and we said, what would it take for businesses like you to come to Montgomery County? And they said this. They said, use your data. Show us that you're on the cutting edge. And Mr. County Executive, you have done that. This really does make a big difference in terms of who Montgomery County is, how we relate to our people, how we create economic opportunities by democratizing economic opportunity, by creating the basis upon which every citizen can help us, help themselves, and grow our economy. And it would not have happened but for your leadership in making this and with Mr. Riemer. So thank you for all your good work.
Thank you. Thank you, Roger. I'm in that same category with Roger in terms of the technology challenges that we face. And when I am looking at a problem, I have a very simple process. You know, when I plug it in, will it work? Will others understand it? How much does it cost? And can we deliver it on time? And I found that to be a good roadmap to how we're going to get from point A to point B. But in addition to that, we have tremendous staff and leadership and technology. And on this project, in addition to Sonny, you're going to hear from Mama, Fariba, who's one of our deputies here, has been a real leader in helping. So I want to acknowledge your work as well, Fariba, for helping us. So let me call on the man who really does all of the hard work on all of this and his staff. Sonny, please come forward.
Good morning and welcome. Thank you very much, Mr. Leggett, Mr. Riemer, Mr. Berliner. I speak on behalf of all of us here in county government when introducing the Open Montgomery program to you. The effort is actually shared by the Public Information Office, the Technology Services Department, but more importantly, all the departments that constitute county government. So in presenting the many items today that are testimony to our progress, you will see glimpses of county services that are currently being provided over the counter, digitally, and pervasively throughout the county. What we're trying to do is actually lay down the vision, the extension of digital government as we know it today for the 21st century. And so your being here is very important. We want to send the message to all our communities, including our employees, residents, businesses, partners, that we are open to engage them. In formulating this program, there are several firsts, and these were mentioned earlier. We have legislation that supports open government and digital government of the future. We actually have published a roadmap with actionable items. The legislation itself has actionable requirements that we must meet. And then finally, we have actually constituted our program using best practices elsewhere, not just in the U.S., but abroad. So you'll see a collection of tools and communications channels, that'll be long-lasting. Actually, we started to formulate the program around 4 principles, and they are being customer-centric. So we are actually going to be continuing to change and accelerate our culture of being customer-centric in providing these services and participating in them. We'll actually take an outside-in view of how county services should be. We will then, second, we will take an information-centric view. In other words, we will expose and publish all of the county government's information, including the responses we make to Public Information Act requests. We'll publish disaggregate data, line item data, in other words. People can utilize those in ways that they find to be useful in civic, commercial personal, research, academic, other activities, hoping then to see a return on investment when the engagement proceeds to fruition. We have applications, applications created by the participating entities and community elements. We have job creation. We have community engagement with the county. And then we have chosen shareable platforms. Since it is not affordable to have a program like this entirely on top of all the other services and programs that the county government has, especially at these fiscally constrained times, we have chosen platforms that are shareable across all our agencies. So starting with county government, these could be extended to the schools, college, WSSC, Park and Planning, and Housing Commission. We are actually joined in the Interagency Technology Policy Coordinating Committee, of which Mr. Leggett and council members are the sponsors.